My family went on a spelunking adventure some years ago. Now, you have to understand, I'm not the adventurous kind. I'm not the type who enjoys going out and engaging in activities that entails physical exertion. But my wife, Nika, was able to convince me to go, and so we went to this little-known set of caves in Doña Remedios Trinidad in Bulacan. And boy, was it fun. I admit it was exciting to explore what was inside this huge hole in the mountain. We climbed up and down huge rocks, waded through waist-high water deep inside a cave, and beheld the beauty of centuries-old stalactites and stalagmites that looked like large jewels growing out of the rocks. We freaked out a bit at bats flying over us, but it piqued my interest at how God created such animals that found safety and comfort within those caves and made them their home. We spent just a few hours going in the cave and then going back out, but it felt like we were there inside for quite a long time. It was quite an adventure. Young people today are going after one adventure after another. Their relatively large income, plus the availability of air travel to practically anywhere in the world, entices so many young people to travel and go on adventure trips. There is something about young men that responds to the call of adventure. I guess it is ingrained in human nature to want to take on challenges and prove themselves. They want to prove their courage. They want to prove that they have what it takes to be called a man. Now, there are young men in this present generation who seem to be missing this longing for adventure and are content on having their vicarious adventures through computer games. They spend endless hours on digital adventures, fighting all kinds of imaginary enemies and building intergalactic empires. I guess it satisfies the mind's desire for adventure, but nothing compares to having your hands dirtied and your knees bruised. There is a kind of adventure, however, that goes beyond the excitement of overcoming physical challenges. The cause of the gospel of Jesus Christ is perhaps the greatest adventure one can ever pursue. And there is one person in the Bible, one among many, who took on the nearly impossible challenge of bringing the gospel to the whole Roman Empire. This is the Apostle Paul himself. When you listen to the kind of challenges he endured for the sake of Christ, every other challenge we've ever experienced in life will appear like child's play in comparison. This is what Paul experienced, which he related in his second letter to the Corinthians. 5 times I received at the hands of the Jews the 40 lashes less one. 3 times I was beaten with rods. Once I was stoned. 3 times I was shipwrecked. A night and a day I was adrift at sea, on frequent journeys, in danger from rivers, danger from robbers, danger from my own people, danger from Gentiles, danger in the sea, danger in the wilderness, danger at sea, danger from false brothers, in toil and hardship, through many a sleepless night, in hunger and thirst, often without food, in cold and exposure. And apart from other things, there is a daily pressure on me of my anxiety for all the churches. Who is weak and I am not weak? Who is made to fall and I am not indignant? What challenges he endured. What difficulties he overcame. What dangers he survived. The Apostle Paul is definitely one of my greatest heroes. His life was one big adventure. I guess This is the same impulse and motivation that drives young men and women to go into short-term mission trips and long-term missionary assignments in hard-to-reach areas of the country. It is the same impulse that drives them to go even to foreign lands where the gospel has yet to take root. This is the same impulse that we must capture and nurture so that we can have the courage to face any challenge that may come our way as we respond to the call of Christ to bring the gospel to all the nations. As we learn to respond to God's call of adventure in our lives, please keep in mind, faith matters too.